dedicate an hour and to both us and yourself. Today we'll be exploring self-massage. If you've had a massage before, you know just how relaxing it can be and how needed it actually was. There are a lot of barriers to getting a massage that we tell ourselves and that are real at times as well, such as financial, not having the time, or the stigma that you're just treating yourself. That list can go on and on. However, we ourselves, if given the proper knowledge and direction, can give ourselves a massage that can truly do wonders. So here to help us learn that skill today is Meyer, who is an intuitive bodywork practitioner, breathwork guide, Yoni Steam facilitator, and owner of Fargo Wellness Studio Sacred Beings. Her goal with her work is to nurture and support others through touch, education, relaxation, and ancient healing modalities. So welcome to Autumn. She's actually going to be sharing her screen as well. She's going to have some slides to accompany this session. So in order to get the most out of the experience, it might be best if you go to the top right of your screen to your viewing settings, and then after she shares, there should be an option to have a side-by-side with that shared screen and the speaker view. That'll give you the best opportunity to follow along. All right, and I'll pass it off to Autumn now.
Thank you so much, Logan. I will go ahead and share my screen here, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of time to kind of get yourself situated with the viewing and making sure that you can see and hear me. The other thing that I would like to bring to your attention, there will be a part of this where if you have access to be lying flat on your back, that would be best. However, it can still be done seated. You're just going to get a little bit of different results. So if you want to take the time now to kind of create this space around you to be able to lie flat on your back and still be able to see your screen and still be able to hear me very well, I want to give you the space and time to do that now. But if you're all set, and once you get all set with making sure that you have that space, go ahead and just start from a seated position. And we are just going to take a couple minutes here to just kind of drop in and really let our minds turn away from the racing of the day and the to-do list that we have and the things going on around us, and really just come present into our bodies and into this moment and into this space and time that we have to share here together. So I'm going to be silent for a minute and just kind of give you that space to calm your mind, begin to still your thoughts just a little bit, connect to your body and connect to your breath. As you begin to connect to your body and your breath, and you're starting to scan your body from head to toe, notice if there are any areas that you right now, without being aware of it before, if you are starting to hold tension in any areas of your body. And with your breath and just an awareness of this space, begin to soften that area. And a great tool or awareness method to be able to soften in a muscle group is just imagine that space is being created in there. That length is going from end to end in that muscle group, if you know what it looks like, or just kind of in that space in your body, whether that be your neck or your belly or your legs or your arms. Just feel yourself getting longer and softer. So we're going to start with a little bit of hand and wrist exercises, just so that we are preventing any injury and just really preparing our bodies to give ourselves a massage today. So if you want to take a peek at the screen, kind of open your eyes and just kind of give a look of the muscle groups that we are going to be warming up a little bit today. So just not focusing on the names of them or worrying about any of that too much, but just looking at the shape and noticing where they end and where they begin. So you'll see the picture on the left says anterior. So that is going to be kind of the palm side of your hand. And then the posterior side will be the back of your hand up into the forearm. So we are just going to start with some simple exercises. So flexion and extension. So if you take your hands straight out in front of you and then pressing your wrists down, and we're just going to hold here for a little bit, and then pulling the wrists back. And here we are just focusing on activating these muscles really gently, and you're kind of getting a stretch in different areas as well. So now just nice and slowly, and as your body needs you to, just begin to connect into this. And going from flexion into extension. And remembering to breathe so that this stays a nice, relaxing, calming event. And you can go ahead and bend your elbows a little bit. And now we're just going to do blades and high fives. So here we're just working on warming up the muscles of the hand. And maybe you even connect these movements to your breath. So as you inhale, you squeeze your fingers together, and as you exhale, let them float apart. Or doing it the opposite. As you inhale, widening the hand, and as you exhale, squeezing the fingers together. Just playing with a pattern that's really nice and relaxing to you. And now we're going to focus really specifically on our thumbs. So we're just going to kind of do a little wave with our thumbs. So taking it into bending really right at the top, and then just kind of rolling in, and doing that on both sides. And again, just finding a pattern that feels really, really good in your body. And it doesn't really matter what you do with your other fingers, just whatever feels good. Now, whatever way you were going with the thumb, try and go the opposite. So if you were kind of diving first, go ahead and pull back, or the opposite. Letting this be a gentle, loving movement. And now we're going to do a little bit of rotation in through the forearms. So sticking your hands out in front of you again, and just rotating left to right. there's this connective tissue in between the two bones in your forearm, and this really helps to work that a little bit. And this is a really good exercise too. If you're on a keyboard and mouse all day, this really helps to warm up and release tension in through the wrists, hands, and forearms. And again, just playing with a pattern of movement and breath that feels good in your body. Now we'll do a nice stretch. So reaching the right hand out with the palm facing up, and you're going to take your left hand and just give a gentle stretch to your forearm. This is really good for the wrists. Feeling your muscles lengthen and connecting to your breath. And we'll switch over to the other side. So left hand palm up and taking the right hand and gently pulling the fingers back. And we'll go back over to the right hand and just going the opposite way. So creating a fist with your fingers tucked in, and that'll give you a better stretch. And then just reaching the fist downward and kind of giving a gentle pull with the other one. So it's more of a passive stretch than an active stretch. And switching over to the other side. So creating that fist and reaching the fist downward and giving a gentle pull with the opposite hand. Now we're going to take our right hand and get a nice wide high five, and we're going to make a fist with the other one and just do a gentle massage. So circular motions on the palm. And you can use whatever part of your fist is easiest, if it's the top of your knuckles or those lower ones, just connecting into the hand space on the right hand and just giving a gentle massage. Now switching from that circular motion to kind of an up and down. And starting at the edge of the hand and working your way over. And then even up along the thumb. And back. And some nice gentle circles again. And switching to the other side. So nice wide high five with the left hand and a fist on the right side. And starting with nice gentle circles. And do your best to connect into the way that this feels and focus less on the motion and just how good it feels. And then again, starting at the edge of the hand, working up and down and moving your way in. And all the way out the thumb and back as you're ready. And gentle circles. Go ahead and shake it out just a little bit. And then where you can, coming to that seated position. If cross-legged is comfortable for you, that would be easiest for this next one. But if you're at a chair or a desk, that works great. So you're going to take your right elbow and just rest it on your right kind of knee or upper thigh area. And you're going to take your left forearm and just kind of let it rest into that right fist and just slowly moving up and down. So you're kind of letting just the weight of that top hand, the left hand, be the pressure. You're really going to only be able to get the palm side of your forearm with this technique. So just stay focused on that one side and kind of going along the edges as far as possible. And we'll go ahead and switch over to the other side when you're ready. So resting your elbow down in your lap and using the pressure of the upper arm to slowly massage the right forearm. And go ahead and connect back to your breath if you've lost that connection. Now we'll take our left arm and just kind of let it go straight out, either over the top of your knee or just kind of resting in your lap, and taking the right hand and just working the top of your forearm. So kind of that back side of your hand, part of your forearm. And just taking that fist and gently sliding up and down. And over to the other side. So right arm straight out, resting in the lap, and left hand in a fist, just gently working up and down the back side of the forearm. Next, we're going to turn our attention kind of into the upper arm. So letting this arm kind of just stay relaxed, the left arm stay relaxed, and taking a fist with the right hand and just doing gentle circles all across the front, the side, and the back of the upper arm. And with those gentle circles, just slowly working your way all the way up to your shoulder. And if you made it to the top already, just working your way back down. Just slowly doing circular motions. I'm just continuing that up and down pattern. Giving that arm just a little bit of a bend so that you can kind of work that tricep area a little bit. And now just finishing with nice long upward strokes from the elbow up to the shoulder. Working your way from the bicep area kind of out to the side of your arm and then to the back. And finishing with a nice big circle up at the shoulder. And over to the other side. So just starting with those gentle circles, kind of right around the elbow, right above the elbow. And starting in at the bicep, going out to the side arm and then to the back arm. And then gently working your way up. And as you get to the shoulder, just gently working your way back down. And giving the elbow a nice bend and doing long strokes to work the tricep from the elbow up into the underarm. And go ahead and relaxing that arm down and just finishing with nice long strokes, starting in at the bicep, working to the outer arm and then to the back as you're ready. And finishing with nice big circles around the shoulder. Now we're going to come into working on the chest space. So just go ahead and start with nice gentle circles right in where that upper arm meets into the shoulder. And then let those circles slowly creep along the collarbone into the chest, the middle of your chest. And back out. Now go ahead and feel for your collarbone, and you're just gonna, let's start with the right side. So you're gonna take your left hand and just under your collarbone, apply just a little bit of inward pressure, and then go ahead and press out away from your shoulder. And then what we're gonna do for the massage part is let our movement of our head and neck be what massages this muscle. So the pressure comes from this left hand pressing just under the collarbone and then pressing up and away and letting the head rotate left to right. And then kind of reverse this action. So instead of pressing out away from the shoulder with the left hand, pulling down and in, and again with the shaking of the head left to right. And over to the other side. So taking the right hand just under the collarbone and applying that inward pressure, and then just out away from the shoulder just a little bit, and rocking the head. And when you're ready, switching this motion, so we're pulling down and in. And now just gentle circles around your whole pec. So your pec muscles actually go to about the middle of your ribs. So just kind of starting at the top and making gentle circles downward. And taking one fist and just going straight up and down the sternum. All right, and now is the time, if you have the space, go ahead and get yourself comfortable flat on your back. I'm going to stay seated just because it's a little easier for me to show the exercises from this space, but go ahead and get yourself really nice and comfortable. And take some time here to just settle into this new position, to get comfortable and to reconnect with your breath. And just let your mind kind of come to stillness again. Letting each breath relax you more and more. And find yourself coming deeper and deeper into your body and into this space and moment here. If you just gently shift your attention to the slide here, this muscle is a super important one in our breathing, and it's called our diaphragm. So as the image illustrates, it's kind of like a hot air balloon, like the skin of a hot air balloon is like reaching up inside your lower ribs, and how the hot air balloon comes to the point, that's the same thing that this diaphragm muscle does. And it connects into the belly button side of your lower back. So not the part of our back that we can touch when we touch our low back, but to the opposite side. So how we are going to massage this muscle is with our breath and with a little bit of gentle touch. So in the position flat on your back, go ahead and take your hands so that your fingers are together and your thumbs are separate from that. And what you're going to do is take your thumbs and wrap them around your back, and your fingers wrap around your front ribs. And same on the other side. And you're just going to give a little bit of gentle pressure, and almost just so that your hands and your arms are just kind of relaxing passively in this position. And what's going to be the massager here is just your breath. So with each breath in, that pressure that you're giving with your hands is going to gently massage that big internal muscle, and it's going to start creating good blood flow into this space, and it's going to give you really good blood flow into your belly. So just take some time here and connect to your breath with this pressure of your hands. And if your attention's wavered, just reconnecting to your breath. Now go ahead and let your hands wrap around to the very top of your belly. So right where your ribs kind of start that separation point. And we are going to do a little bit of belly massage. So we're just going to start with really nice, big, slow circles. So we're going to go clockwise. So going down on your left side and coming up on the right. So with nice flat hands, and try and do your best to let the bottom hand relax as much as possible and let the pressure come from that hand on top. And just doing nice, gentle clockwise circles. And going all the way from where the ribs start to separate, all the way down to the pubic bone. And go ahead and switch whatever hand is on top to the bottom. And again, doing your best to let that bottom hand relax and the top hand be where your pressure is coming from. And now go ahead and take your fingers, just the tips of probably the first three fingers, so pointer, middle, and ring, and starting at your belly button, just going in really nice small circles. So just doing gentle circles at the belly button. And then we're going to go in those little circles, keeping those little circles, making bigger circles. So starting at the belly button with the small circles, and then imagining that a bigger circle is forming around your belly button. You're just going to take gentle little circles around that bigger circle. And here we're more so focused on the digestive organs and the organs in our lower belly. And so you're going to slowly let the bigger circles grow bigger and bigger. So just moving farther and farther away from the belly button. And if you've gotten all the way out, just go ahead and start back at the belly button and just making those circles. And going as wide as the sides of your belly and as low as feeling that hip bone. And if using the fingertips is starting to get a little uncomfortable, you can go into using just gentle fists again and doing those small circles. And just finishing with some nice big circles. All the way at the bottom of the sternum, going all the way as far left as you can and as far right as you can. And all the way down to the pubic bone. And now if you are flat on your back, go ahead and bend your knees up just so that your feet are flat on the ground. And then from there, you're going to take your feet just so they're a little bit wider than your hips. And from laying flat on your back, you're just going to let your hips, your knees fall left to right. And just slowly coming in and out of this position, going gently left to right. So making just little windshield wipers with your knees. And our focus here are our glute muscles. So if you want to take a peek at the screen, you can kind of get an idea of the muscles that you're massaging here. And going as fast or as slow as feels comfortable. Just really focusing on getting a nice, good booty massage. And you can play around too with how tilted your pelvis is. So what I mean by that is the best way to kind of play around with that is allowing your low back to come way up off the ground or be way down on the ground, and just kind of playing around with that positioning as you're going left to right, because you're just going to get a massage in different areas as you come to a different position with your hips, whether they're way tucked or kind of way arched in that low back. And now as you're ready, we're just going to sit up just a little bit, just so that you're up on your elbows. And then from here, we're going to do a little bit of pelvic tilts. So kind of doing that arching your back and then really making your back flat. And what you're focused on, if you can see that big bony structure at the middle of the diagram here, that's kind of the area that we are working to massage. So really going to the very bottom of your tailbone and then kind of pulling back into that lower back. And just working with a couple different attachment points of these glute muscles. And now go ahead and go flat on your back again, just straightening out the arms. And now with your head pressed into the ground, just kind of slowly start shaking your head no. So going chin to shoulder from left to right. And we are focused on the muscles at the back of our head. So there's a lot of muscle attachment sites here for our neck and even for our head and our jaw. So just giving a nice gentle chin to shoulder motion with your head on the ground is going to give you a good little gentle massage back in the very back of your head here. Just really nice and gentle, really nice and slow. And go ahead and lift your chin just a little bit and create a little more space in your front neck. And then go ahead and go left to right again. And just kind of hitting a different massage point more at the top of your head. And if you're on a harder ground, if you want to take your hands and kind of tuck them behind your head and interlace your fingers, that might give you a softer position or softer place to be rolling your head on. And now go ahead and make that space between your chin and your neck really small and get a deeper massage, kind of more back at your upper neck muscles. And still doing that left to right motion. And now go ahead and bring your head back to neutral, so back to center, and then kind of lift the chin just a little bit so you're not really scrunching in through the front of your neck. And then taking your right leg and crossing over your left, you're just going to kind of give a little bit of a massage to your IT band. So you're using the outer edge of your right leg to massage the outer edge of your left leg. So with that leg cross, just kind of going up and down. So it's almost like you're crossing and uncrossing your legs, just using a little bit of pressure with this top leg to massage the bottom leg. And go ahead and straighten that top leg and bring that one flat on the ground. And take your left leg and cross it over the right. And doing the same thing there. So using the outer edge of your lower left leg to massage the upper outside of your right leg. And just crossing and uncrossing with a little bit of pressure from the top leg. And go ahead and uncross. And then coming up to your elbows. And just gently staying here for a little bit to kind of let the blood come out of your head. And when you are ready, nice and gently coming up into a seated position again. So now we are going to focus on the lower leg, and we're kind of just going to work the calf muscle mostly. So from a cross-legged position, and if you're seated in a chair, you can just kind of bring one leg up at a time. And we are just going to take our thumbs and just starting down at the bottom and back of the ankle, just going in nice circular motions up the leg. And maybe it's more of a rolling motion than circular. That would be a better way to describe it. So you're using the thumbs to apply pressure to that calf muscle. And just kind of rolling and kneading that muscle. And now taking the fingers and scooping them under and working kind of the other side of your calf muscle. And just doing a nice big long sweep from the ankle up to the back of the knee to kind of finish this calf off. And switching to the other calf. So starting with the thumbs and doing that kneading and rolling motion from the ankle up to the knee. And back down when you're ready. And flipping to the underside, so using the fingers and doing the same kneading motion to kind of the opposite side of the calf. And back down. And a nice big sweeping motion from the bottom of the ankle up behind the knee. And if you can, we're just going to do a little bit of foot massage. So starting at the heels and just kind of working your way up to the toes, just at the arches of your feet with your thumbs. In those nice gentle circle motions. So starting at the heel and just slowly making your way up to the big toe. Just a little bit here, because I know that some of you may be wearing shoes. And just give a nice final squeeze to wherever your feet may need a little bit more massage. And then a nice big sweeping motion up the legs. Just kind of alternating sides from the ankle up and around the knee and up into the hip. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of shoulder massage. So taking the right hand and kind of wrapping the fingers up and around, taking the left hand and wrapping the fingers up and around the right shoulder and just giving a good gentle squeeze. So starting right where the upper arm and shoulder kind of meet, and then gently working your way in closer to the neck and then back. Just in a nice gentle squeeze. And just moving up and down. And as you're ready, switching over to the other side. Starting where that upper arm meets into the shoulder, and just a nice gentle squeeze and moving your way up closer and closer into the neck and back down. And just continuing with that motion back and forth. And now we'll do just a little bit of gentle neck massage. So taking fists and on either side of your neck. So right in where your neck and shoulders meet, just starting with nice gentle circles. So you're almost kind of creating a squeezing motion at the back of your neck. And just moving your way up towards the head and then back down towards the shoulders. Now you can go ahead and gently begin to move your hands farther and farther apart. So continuing that up and down motion, just creating more space so that you're moving less from the straight back of your neck and moving just out to the sides just a little bit. And even going as far as just under the ear and then working down toward the shoulder. And then we'll go to the front of the neck. So here you're just going to have to be really gentle. So just starting just underneath the jaw and those nice circular motions. All the way down to the collarbone. And here you may find it easier to use little fingers, just depending on kind of your neck to fist ratio. And now we'll just do nice sweeping strokes. So starting at the jaw, and just pulling down and making your way to the sides and then all the way back to the back of your neck. Just pulling downward. And back around as you're ready. Do just a little bit of pulling on the ears. There's not many muscles in the ears, but there's lots of trigger points. So just starting down at the bottom of the earlobe and giving just a loving tug downward. And same to the other side. So just doing both sides at the same time. And then slowly, as you're ready, moving your way up and just continuing upward until you work your way all the way to the top of the ear with just a little tug downward. And once you've gotten to the top, moving your way back down to the earlobe and just going outward a little bit. Getting a gentle pull outward away from the head. And continuing to work your way up and around to the top of the ear. And finishing off by moving back down to the bottom of the earlobes and just a gentle pull upward. And now we'll move into a little bit of jaw massage. So find your cheekbone, and then just under that is where this big muscle begins to start. So just making motions so that you're pulling back towards the ear. Just starting closest to the ear and then working your way inward, just along that your cheekbone, and doing both sides at the same time. And coming back to the ear and moving along the jawline. So with that same kind of pulling back towards the ear in a circular motion, moving along the jawline from the outer ear into the chin. And when you're ready, just some nice sweeping motions outward. So starting in kind of at that cheekbone and down at the jaw and just pulling outward. And we'll finish with just a little bit of temple massage. So just taking the tips of your fingers and connecting the pointer finger just behind the top of the ear and the pinky finger just at about the eyebrow, and making circular motions here. And go ahead and just relax your hands. And as a group, let's take a nice deep breath into your nose. And exhale. And take this little bit of time to just find something and feel gratitude towards something. Find something that you're grateful for. And one big breath in. And exhale. All right, that is all I have for us for today.
Awesome. Thank you, Autumn. We greatly appreciate it. I think everyone else, I can speak for a lot of people on here that I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I hope everyone gets a chance to view this again later if they're feeling a little tense. We're going to have this available on our Think webpage through Student Health Service, Health Promotion, and then it's also going to be up on Facebook as well. So thank you again, Autumn, and we'll have you back sometime soon.
I would love that. Thank you all for your time.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.